how it was used, who used it, where it was used.
Well, for instance, it is written down on stones, carved in stones there, that this was used by the high priest of the Maya for willing death or to heal.
Mm-hmm.
And particularly for an old witch doctor or wise man, medicine man, he was getting too old to perform his work. A young man was chosen who had belief in become a medicine man, and both were laid in front of the altar, and the high priest would perform the ceremony, and the knowledge of the old man would go all into the young boy,
Mm-hmm.
and the old man then would pass away peacefully, and this young boy would get up as a man, knowledgeable and ready to perform the same ceremony as the old man did.
Can you tell me what kind of testing was done on the skull to authenticate it?
It's been examined in San Francisco for 6 years.
And what did they find?
They found that no tool has ever touched it. And
No tool has ever touched it?
It's all hand done. They rubbed it down with hot sand and different herbs. And it took 5 generations to rub down. But it had to be the same family from 5 generations, religious.
5 religious generations of families.
Yes.
Their whole function was to make this skull?
All done by hand.
Yes. And rubbed by sand and by herbs?
By sand and herbs. Hot sand.
And about how many years would you say?
150 years to rub down.
Continuously.
To get it perfect.
But the information that the ability to make this skull was known by the Mayans and not by the ancient astronauts?
Yes, I would believe an astronaut has a lot to do with it, but Mayan and Inca, which are more astronaut.
Could you explain that a little bit more? Could you just give me a little more detail about what you mean by the astronaut and the...
Well, we know that people have come to this earth before we have.
Mm-hmm.
And they were definitely astronauts, weren't they?
I
This is my belief, and this is the Maya belief.
I see.
We look up, stretch our arms to the skies, seeking the gods, as man has done since he first stood erect. We worship beings from the heavens, beings with wings. Somehow, to humans, wings are almost synonymous with divinity. Christian angels. Ezekiel's wheel. The ancient winged god Garuda of Thailand. The strange beings in winged discs worshipped by the Sumerians. Tekendama, the principal god of the Shimu people. Perhaps these early people were representing more than just spiritual gods. In Egypt, a number of winged beings. Among them, this wooden model, over 2,000 years old. For a long time, it was thought it represented a bird. No bird in the world has raised tail feathers like this. Gliders do. And these from Peru. Birds? No. No bird has wings